Hello, Joey. Hey, thanks so much for joining us today. This is fantastic. I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk about your journey with Premier Business Academy and your experiences and what you've gleaned and gained and the transformation you guys are experiencing in your team and in your leadership and things. Because I'm sure your testimony, just like so many others, will help some other entrepreneur that's maybe sitting on the fence and help them to actually or her to take the leap and actually make some progress and start to change their lives. So I really appreciate it. So the first thing I want to ask is, tell us, who you are, tell us about your business and what makes you guys awesome at what you do.
Yeah, my name is Joey Mayfield. I'm the Vice President of Operations for FBI Buildings. We are a construction company that focuses primarily on pole barn style construction, but we do that for personal use, commercial, equestrian, municipal. So really across the board. They don't all just look like a barn. They can even be a Harley Davidson dealership or a Ford dealership. So highly specialized, customer focused, high quality construction company. My teams do all of the trust building and the purchasing, the kitting, warehousing, logistics to get it to one of 40 crews across 7 states in North America. And we are very focused on our customer and providing high quality custom buildings to them. That's what I think makes us awesome.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Joey. And how many, how old is the business? How many years in business?
So the business has been around since 1958, and we have just around 320 employees. Around 200 of those will be out in the field erecting our buildings. My team is about 50, and we're going to do about 100 million USD in revenue this year.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's an incredible business, and I've really enjoyed working with you guys over the last
Yeah.
few months. Absolutely amazing. So tell us, what was life like before working with Premier Business Academy with PBA?
I
I
was,
can remember.
yeah, I was frequently stuck in my kind of my leadership journey where I knew a lot of the things that I wanted to do, particularly around our lean journey as a as my departments. We've been on that lean journey for about 7 to 8 months, and I was frequently getting stuck. I knew what I needed to do, but I wasn't confident enough, or I didn't know quite how to do it, how to push the team versus pulling the team along. So I was just frequently frustrated with myself or my team and how we were progressing in our journey to help our teams improve and make their lives easier.
Yeah, also, that's a great answer. And what were the biggest frustrations or challenges you were facing at that time? Again, if you can remember back a few months.
I think to me, it was just confidence that this is the way that we should go. Talking to you, a lot of the times I you were just giving me the confidence that the way that I'm thinking about it or the way that my team is thinking about it is correct.
Yes.
And that, hey, why don't you try? You've been looking at maybe doing it this way, tweak it just slightly, and then this is kind of the order you should do. Instead of biting it all at once, maybe do this step and then that step, or make it a challenge, gamify it. So you've helped us kind of think through the implementation parts that got us stuck and gave me the confidence to say, just do it.
Yeah.
One of the best examples of that is cleaning the bathrooms. I knew that was something that we needed to do as part of our culture of transformation, and I was just stuck as a leader thinking, how am I going to get 50
Yeah.
men, a lot of them older than me, experienced? How am I going to get these grizzled guys to be okay with cleaning the bathrooms to my high standard? And
Massive
he
challenge.
just gave me the confidence that no, this is that important. It is worth uh, getting after it. It is worth pushing them in this way. It is worth firing the cleaning crew. Like, you got to do it. And it gave me that push that I needed to go do it. And it's been nothing but fantastic for the last 7 weeks that we've been doing it. Really, almost no issues. The guys raised the standard. They raised the bar even over what I would do in a lot of situations. So it was just getting me over the hump in a lot of those ways.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. I remember my own, I mean, looking back on my 23 years in business, and every time you get stuck, that's when I always wish I'd hired a coach sooner. Every time I did hire someone, and they just give you an outside perspective, and like you say, that extra, you know what you need to do often,
Yeah.
but a coach can ask you better questions and give you that confidence to lead and go do it.
Yeah, so much what you have helped me with is this mindset shift, changing my mindset
Yeah.
around what we can do, what we should be providing as a leader, and then uh, going and doing that. And I think you really pushed me in terms of like, hey, make it a kata, make it a routine, and then really pushing me to say, okay, let's formalize that and do it, and now do it every week and make it something sustainable. And that's really been helpful. So, I mean, you bring some of those kind of techniques and insight into how you should implement it, how to make it sustainable, and get your team to continue to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. 80% of my work or our work is mindset, helping people to just undo their limiting beliefs because, like a guy like you got so much potential and your leadership team and all of your team and everyone I meet way more potential than they realize. And then you just like unblock a little bit more every week. It's phenomenal what can come out. And it's really cool to see. That's so rewarding. You guys are crushing it. And like what you say about Carter and routine is critical. Like again, every company I work with and that I have the privilege of working with is the difference between those that go from average to good and then good to great is just getting better and better at that kata, like better rhythm, better routine, doing the right things every day, the right way every day. Yeah, awesome. What made you decide to reach out and give the PBA program a go?
Yeah. First thing I saw was a video of you with another one of your clients, Leroy in this case, going through the planner. And you were really challenging him around, okay, you planned every 15 minutes, but you didn't do your actuals.
Yeah,
And something in my brain clicked around the actuals. And I thought, wow, okay, this is something that maybe I'm missing in my daily planning. And so I started just immediately that day planning every 15 minutes and then recording my actuals just in a notebook I had on my desk. And I did that for 2, 3 weeks and I found massive gains in who I needed to train and what I needed to train them about or what I needed to delegate. And I thought, okay, this was just a huge burden off of me and just gave me such mental clarity. Yeah, that kind of snowballed into reaching out to you and saying, okay, this really worked well. What else do you have? And part of that was reading your book. I'm not in sales, but I wanted to grow in that way because I know that I need to sell my team and our lean journey to the rest of my company. And I thought, okay, there might be something in that book, Sales Equals Survival. And I read that book and I thought, he's describing sales in a way that really speaks to me, that makes me actually want to be a good salesman rather than maybe kind of the stereotype of who salesmen are. It's about serving people, it's about solving their problems. And that to me is like my core purpose. So I really love those two tools that you had that anyone can access. And that just kind of snowballed to say, hey, I want to reach out and what would it look like to work with you? So
yeah, brilliant. It's interesting. Every journey, every client's journey is different, and yours is fascinating. Through the planner was where you came in, right? And then you got this. I'm gonna actually say to everyone on this call, everyone who's watching this recording, is do what Joey's doing. He's in the 1%, and get yourself the ultimate life planner because you plan your day, then you can record your actual, and like Joey says, you can get 1% better at this stuff every single day, and you don't know what you don't know until you use this product or this tool in the system. You literally don't know where your time's going. Truly, do you?
no, and the other thing too is like being able to write it down and write it down many days in the future as well.
Yeah.
I can just come to work on Monday morning or I can enjoy the weekend or stop on Friday evening and just know that, okay, I can let those stressors go because I've written them down, I've made a plan and it's
Yeah,
good. So anytime I feel like, man, my mind is just jumbled with all the things I have to get done, I just pull out the plan and I spend some time going through that. And then I feel
absolutely.
clarity after that.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And like me, I've always got 1,000 things going on. And if I don't put it down, I can't live without this. And I think probably the same now is that
Yeah.
we've got thousands of people around the world now using these. And it's the same thing, gives them clarity and focus and de-stresses, right? You do your planning on the weekend and the whole week's mapped out. Yes, things change, but you've got a plan to fall back on. Every time something goes off the rails, you go straight back to your plan. It's unbelievable how much pressure it takes off, right?
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So
Yeah.
well done at jumping on that. Now, my next question is, were you skeptical at first before jumping on our program? And if so, what changed your mind?
What did I skip? Sorry, I missed that.
Well, I said, were you skeptical at first, like when you thought, well,
Oh,
about
skeptical.
joining our program? And if maybe you weren't, but if so, what changed your mind?
Okay. So the thing I was most skeptical of, and I'm usually skeptical of people that are overly positive. And you often you say, "Hey, you guys are legends," or "That's awesome," or "Fantastic," "Amazing," whatever. And I would say before I'd be like, "Ah," but whatever to that. But the way that you do it and the relationship that you build through the calls, I've learned that I was wrong, that really does work, and that, well, one, you're being honest about it. Is
Yeah,
genuine.
good.
It's genuine fake, and I
Yeah,
it kind of changed me in that way because now I try to do that to other people. Like I'm not naturally that way. I'm trying to change that for sure,
yeah,
but usually I'm skeptical of like, oh yeah, this is awesome, whatever. This is gonna be amazing. You're gonna explode out of there. It's gonna be a rocket ship, whatever. I'm like, hey man, you know. Yeah. But in reality, you're it's genuine about it, and you are able to help us make real, drastic, significant change.
yeah. And that's what counts, right? Results.
Yeah, that's what counts. And,
Results.
you're very realistic on the calls. You're very realistic. I mean, I remember a couple calls ago, I set a goal that was way too high for how many SOPs my team should do. And you pulled it way back and said, no, you only need to do a couple a week. You're trying to go too much. So you're very realistic in that way. I was just skeptical at first that everything's perfect and amazing. And yeah,
You're Rick, too positive. What I've seen with you, Joey, too, I'll shout out to you big time is that, and if anyone, whoever's watching this, you need to jump on, follow Joey on LinkedIn and check out, he did a 30-day LinkedIn video challenge and posted videos of a one-on-one with his team, like they're giving insights into the culture. And Joey, that like showed your every day your leadership, like you just grew and grew and grew. And I know you've been a great leader over the years, but you just I reckon your journey's accelerated hugely. You've compressed time, big time, I believe, watching what's happened. And those videos are phenomenal. So you've gone from being a bit skeptical about the positive side to just like being that positive guy for your team every day. It's awesome. And I always say to people, you leaders cannot have a bad day, and you have to lead with enthusiasm. And one of my favorite things is that you must be the CEO, the chief energy officer. You've got to bring the energy, even if you're feeling a bit low or a bit down. You've got to bring the energy that lifts your team up. And you read the book, Sales Equals Survival. Well, it's really all about serving people, like you say, and it's just service, service, service.
that's right.
That's your job. You did an awesome job of that. What stood out about our approach compared to other coaches or programs that you've done over the years?
I think that you bring, um, I mean, I guess a lot of coaches bring experience that they're a coach because they've been successful and they've implemented these things. But you don't just say, okay, here's the tools, go do them. You listen to where I'm at, what we're currently doing. Yes, you do bring tools and mindset and resources that you already have created, but you don't force them as that's the answer. You listen to us and say, okay, hey, those 3 steps that you have, that's perfect. Let's think through what are the action steps that we can go do that. Okay, let's agree to that. And then you keep us accountable. So I really like that it's not just, okay, here's the answer and then go do that. You are unique to your approach is tailored to where we're at, what our needs are, where our team is at. Um, it's not just forcing your stock answer onto us.
Yeah, fantastic. Awesome. And a few of these questions here you've kind of already answered with some of your awesome answers is what's it been like working with me and the team? You've kind of covered that, but if you wanted, did you want to say any more about that? You covered that really.
Yeah, I mean, having you connect with my team has been maybe one of the biggest breakthroughs, particularly for some of my managers, because one, you and I are saying the same thing to them. So they're not only hearing it from me, they're hearing it from you, who they see as a respected, successful source of that information.
Yeah.
And you're able to challenge them in ways that I'm not. And that's really been helpful. Uh, our approaches working together to push our teams forward and help them grow as people and leaders.
Yeah. Yeah. Also love that. And what specific tools, systems, or habits have made the biggest difference for you and the team? We've talked about the planner.
Yeah.
It's made a good difference.
For
What?
me personally, the planner, 100%. But I think for the broader team, um, doing the gimbal walks with a checklist and making it a routine that we have to do every day,
Yeah.
I think that's really massive. And then you forcing us to delegate some of those, right?
Yeah.
To get our teams involved doing them. So I think making that a routine has been, I've always, I already had my gimbal walk checklist written for 2 years and I never put them out. And you got me to say, yeah, that's a good idea. You should be doing that. Do it. And we did it. And now it's like, okay, make it a routine, do it every day, and then track that. So doing the scorecard with the improvements has really been helpful. Um,
Yeah.
because it's really pushed definitely one of the teams over the top, over the edge in terms of just, okay, now we're going. The roller coaster's going downhill and we're just picking up speed and momentum. And that kind of accountability has helped. So kind of you brought the scorecard, the challenges, making sure it's routine, and then doing the gimbal walks with the checklist. Those have been huge.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. And what's one thing you or the team do now that you would never have done before? You probably covered that too. Some of these questions cross over a bit.
I think posting my videos to LinkedIn and Facebook.
Oh,
I think I would have done that. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, you challenged me to do that. I was complaining that it's difficult to find good help in our area because we're pretty rural. And you were like, then you need to show people why it's a great place to work and you need to be posting that. And that's where the Meet the Team 30-day challenge kind of birthed out of that. And
yeah.
I mean, that is maybe the single greatest game changer that I've had personally over the last, uh, few months of working with you.
Yeah.
Um, it's just
Yeah.
been insane.
And that's giving you a massive unfair advantage. Like people see you as authority now and a freeze in your space. It's amazing, right?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's an unfair advantage is a great way to say it. Like, I don't feel like I deserve all that advantage, but it's like, I'll take
Yeah.
it and we'll use it
I
on
know.
our team, get what they need. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I say what advantages do any of us deserve? We're all we're all just cute, humble human beings. But
Well, yeah.
if you can take, sorry, you go, Joey.
But now I can make a video. Like, I'm probably a 5-minute walk from my office right now. I could
Yeah.
probably make and edit a video between now and when I got back to my office. I mean, it just like you just learn that's a skill, a place that I've gone to that I did not expect. That I mean, I can just put out a video no time.
Yeah, so you got out of your comfort zone, and I'm training like every single day. Once again, it's all mindset, but getting my clients and business owners out of their comfort zone, even for an hour a day. Just do something out of your comfort zone every day, and your business will grow. Like you'll grow as a leader, and then your business starts to grow. So many people get stuck, no growth, or they're declining. They wonder why. You find out pretty quick. A few questions. Yeah, that's really helpful. And what surprised you most about the process, the whole coaching process?
I I think that the how much respect that you give to me particularly, where you ask before we have meetings with the team, like, what do you want to talk about? What do you think about this? Like, you don't come with a predetermined, this is what you need. Obviously, go do this. Like, you ask me what we need, what we want to talk about. You give your thoughts on where you want that to go, but ultimately you leave it to me, like, to tell you what to tell them sometimes. Like, if that made sense, like
Yeah.
i- if I want to push back and say, "Hey, I don't want to do that right now," you you listen to that. So like it's more of a collaboration than maybe I expected.
Yeah, right, awesome. Okay, that's interesting, really interesting. And what I'm trying to model with that, and this is I always talk about leading with questions, not answers, and that's exactly what I do with the coaching, and that's what you're practicing with your team as well. So powerful, that's how one of the ways you can build an awesome team. Okay, we're on the home straight, right? So what results have you seen since working for us or with us? Sorry, financially, culturally, or personally, or all of the above? Again, you've touched on so much of this.
Yeah. I would say that financially, I'm going to put it in terms of capex towards our team. Um,
Yeah.
we have seen massive projects get approved to help our team. We're building onto one of our warehouses, and we're tearing down another one and building it bigger. So these are huge projects, like hundreds of thousands of dollars of capex that people are approving for us outside of our normal ask. Um, we've gotten multiple concrete pads poured, things like that, that I think come from the level of leadership that our team is showing to the rest of the company on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because I think the biggest gain that we have is not that financially, but it's culturally.
Yeah.
The culture of my teams is radically different than it was before. Well, I, it's just, it, it's hard to describe. You get to come together. There's a day and we look out there and there's just like these fantastic people and they're coming up with ideas and we get to celebrate them and we get to share those. And like we had our shout out portion of our meeting today and like I almost had to cut it off. Like, guys, this is going too long. Like,
There's too many.
you know what I mean? Like this is too many shout outs. Like when we were going,
A few months ago, hardly anyone speaking up at all.
hardly anyone, right? And so that is just it's awesome. And the bathroom seems like a little thing, but the fact that no one complains about cleaning the bathroom is, and I found that some people are doing it more than what I have on the schedule because they want it to be at a high standard.
Yeah, phenomenal. Yeah, I love it. I just love it. Yeah, I just love watching transformation, and I love watching leaders like you become sort of thrilled or enthralled by the transformation. Because like it's almost unbelievable, right?
Yeah, it is.
But but it's because you've had a mindset shift and you've implemented some new habits, and things are just day by day by day just getting a tiny bit better. And then you add all that up, the compounding effect that's phenomenal, awesome. And then the other one was, if you had to put a number on it, what do you think the ROI has been so far on the coaching? So you've invested, you've invested some good money in the coaching, but the ROI, I always talk to clients about the ROI is always like,
Yeah.
10x, 20x, 100x sometimes. What would you say?
I mean, if you take it based on like just the capex that we've gotten approved, it's what 1,000x.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like if
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the team has earned it, right?
Yeah.
They have worked hard, but you've coached us and pushed us along the way and kept us accountable. And it honestly is 1,000x on at least in terms of the capex that we've gotten approved. It's probably actually more than that. Um,
Yeah.
it was maybe too big of a number to even share. And I mean, it's
Don't tell me.
eh, so yeah. And I think the other thing too, just more midterm, long term, is like other leaders are seeing that hey, there's something going on out there,
Yeah.
right in my area that
Yeah.
hopefully they want to be a part of, not because we're awesome, but because, you know, these tools, techniques, culture building habits, they work to change people and to change the company. And like if we could see some of our other teams do it as well, just the gains for the entire company in terms of bottom line would be huge, but just in terms of making people's lives better would be massive.
Yeah. Yeah. Phenomenal. Awesome. And then how's this impacted your stress levels, your team's energy, or even your family life? Like, what's it done for you there?
Yeah, I think my clarity of mind is a lot better.
Yeah.
So I think stress is less. I mean, I'm working probably harder
Yeah.
than before, just because we need to do this. We need to, so I'm still putting in a lot of hours. We haven't necessarily got there yet in terms of
Yeah.
being able to work less hours, but definitely my mental clarity is tons better.
Yeah.
And you know, one of the things that I have brought back from these to my family is just the mindset around what is the definition of a smart person.
Yeah.
I was raised in a very, let's say, smart family. My grandfather was a Ivy League professor. My mom's a professor. Um,
Yeah.
Maybe I have a little bit of baggage around what smart means. And I think
Yeah.
my kids were picking up bad habits around what that means. They were getting frustrated that they didn't know their homework before they even got taught how to do it. And I was like, that's not what it is. And now I can say, hey, what does Bernard teach us, right? Smart person realizes they don't know and they learn, right? It's a dumb person, it's a stupid person that thinks they have to know that got all the answers. And I just said that to my daughter at the dinner table last night. And so we'll say it all the time now. And it's just freeing to think that. So
Yeah. It's also awesome. Right. Okay. And what's changed in the business that you're most proud of? Again, this is kind of, you covered so much for me.
It it has to be the culture and the people because,
Yeah.
like, I have multiple people that a year ago were on the chopping block to get fired from low performance, and now they're absolute lean all-stars. They speak up in meetings, they come up with ideas, they make videos, they're thriving. Um, and it's just it's awesome to see
Yeah.
people be able to be unleashed to see their real potential.
That's phenomenal. It gives everyone a shot at the brass ring, doesn't it? It gives everyone the same opportunity, equal opportunity, and the best opportunity so they can self-select out or in. It's like, it just makes, yeah, it's so
Sure,
awesome.
sure.
And then three more quick questions. If another business owner was sitting on the fence about joining or working with us in Premier Business Academy or in the Business Gym program, what would you say to them?
I would say that Bird will come up with a plan that works for you that you can try it. And then if you get after it and do what you guys decide, you will run back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you won't even question the next cost, the next invoice. You'll be ready for it.
Just go, go, go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you work with us to come up with a plan that I could get approved, and we just tried it, and it was great. And then you worked with us on another plan that would work. And so you're flexible on what that looks like.
Yeah. No, I love it. And then what's next for you guys now that you've got this momentum? What's next for FBI?
What's next for us is we got some new leadership at the top, and
Yep.
we're in a season of kind of revision casting and getting the team energized around that vision to focus on, our brand out in the market and creating raving fans and creating a quality of life internally that we're proud of.
Yeah, yeah. Fantastic. I love it. Last question. Would you recommend PBA, Premier Business Academy, to other business owners and why? You've given us 1,000 reviews already. Any loss? Any?
Would recommend Premier Business Academy to other business owners and leaders, because you're going to find someone who listens, who respects you, who challenges you, who keeps you accountable, and at the end of the day, wants to see you succeed and is going to do everything in his power and their power to help you do that and won't give up until you are. So it's to me, been something that I'm so proud that we've been able to go on this journey, my team and I, with PBA and continue it.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks so much, Joey. It's awesome. And one more comment I'll make is that one of my biggest regrets in business going back 23 years is that I didn't hire a coach from day one. Any coach in some ways, but especially a good one. But, it took me years to actually understand that I don't know what I don't know. I'm not, I'm not the smartest person in the room. I need to realize that I'm stupid because I thought I had all the answers. It was, anyway, you learn these things by bitter experience. But so thanks again, because your story, I'm sure, is going to inspire, who knows, thousands of others to take the leap and actually join our business gym program where we can train, we can train 10,000 people there. Because we've got the courses. There's over nearly 100 video courses now. There's the daily live training. There's all the things that you need, everything you need in there to help you, shift your mindset and shift your business and transform and grow an asset, could build an asset. But thank you, Joey. So generous of you with your time and everything. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Cheers.